Hey guys, and welcome to Ask Allie, your place for life advice with a metaphysical twist. Ask Allie is the longest running spiritual podcast on iTunes. I've been helping others there since 2005. You can catch the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, along with watching it on YouTube. Today is Monday, December 4th, 2017. I want to thank you for tuning in and giving me a listen to. If you'd like to get a reading, find out more about me, or support the podcast, I'll leave the information in the show's notes. And don't forget, if you like this episode, please rate it. Well, if you're watching the video, you just saw a cat jump on my shoulder. No! Ah, that is Mr. Leroy Jethro Gibbs. And Mr. Leroy Jethro Gibbs, along with his counterpart, Anthony DiNozzo, actually, very special agent Anthony DiNozzo Jr., are going to go get their balls snipped off on Thursday. So there are a couple mamas in heat upstairs, hence why Mr. Gibbs is down here. DiNozzo's still upstairs because he hasn't entered the same stage as wanting to help out mom as Gibbs has here. So yeah, but today's been very interesting. It's already 1:03. I've got to leave to go back to the bus garage very soon. So I don't mean to rush through, but I kind of have to bust a move. So ignore the cat in the background. Don't forget, if you want to be part of the 777 Institute, either as a student or as a teacher, please visit 777institute.com and leave your name. The 77 Institute, I'm going to have not just my courses, but courses from other spiritual, metaphysical teachers from all over the world. If you'd like to teach or take a class, just stop by and drop your email address in, and I will let you know when we get started. Okay? With those who support the podcast, they already know Joshua and Selena, the two guides who have been sticking around for quite some time. They're leaving at the end of December. They have another charge to take care of. So since Joshua and Selena was one of the perks for the $25 a month support of the podcast, now Joshua and Selena is going at the beginning of January, I am adding in, we're going to be doing courses, 1 or 2 a month, depending on how long the course is, different metaphysical topics, and doing a book club, which will be once a month. So I'll be adding those 2 perks in here soon. And don't forget to have a question answered by me for the podcast. You only have to have a $10 a month support. All right? Supermoon started yesterday, December 3rd. Yippee-ki-yay. It's been interesting. Mercury retrograde starts today. We felt the energies last week, and we're going to keep feeling them strongly this week. The following week, although I think the rest of December just is going to be kind of, how do I want to put it, kind of tense energy-wise. As we get to the end of the year, it seems to taper down a bit. But we have 2 supermoons in January, so it may taper down by the time we hit the end of December, but it's going to go through the roof in January. So everyone's got to take a deep breath and remember to think first, speak second, at least through February. All right. On the flip side, it's a great time to manifest. Got a lot of energy packing your intentions. On the Antibody Ecstasy site, I posted a supermoon ritual in the blog if you want to go take a look at that. You can use it for the supermoon. You can use it for the regular full moons or new moons. It's a ritual I like to do. I hadn't done it in years because I honestly forgot about the bay leaf part. But I was reminded. I came across some of my old stuff the other day. I'm like, hey, bay leaf. Yeah. Well, where's that been? So check it out. That's it. Let us get going here on the overview for the week. Denise Lynn, Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. Remember, overview, which means this may not apply to everybody. Just keep it in mind. So what is coming up this week? Got anything good? Good and in the midst of tense moments? I hope so. I had already put my foot in my mouth this morning. I said something in a tone I probably shouldn't have, although I was speaking from facts when I said what I said. And now I have somebody who is very pissed off at me. I know. All right, this week. So even I have to watch what I say and how I say it. Tone. Tone is everything. You can say, you know, get over here. Or you can say, come on, get over here a minute. You know, it's just tone. That said, let us see what is coming up this week. I don't think we've had that one before. We have had that one before. Ooh, I like that one. I don't think we've ever had that one before. All right. So if you're not watching the video, you can Google these cards and see what they look like. So this first one here is Voyage of the Heart. Love flows through you and to you. I think we've had this one before. And it really is, well, love. It's Voyage of the Heart. You have to think love, as in life, we are always on some type of adventure. It may not always go the way we want it to, even if it's romantic or, family or friends or whatnot. But the thing to remember about the heart, unless you put a stop to it, love always flows through it. Now, we're human beings. We screw up, sometimes quite a bit. Life is a learning experience. Love is also a learning experience. I mean, none of us could love perfectly because we're human. Again, we mess up. So even if you get your heart broken before, don't put the kibosh on love because you've got all this love in you. Let it flow. Right? All right. Second one. Now this, I believe we've had this card. We definitely had this card before. It is First Light, beginning of a new cycle. This is when it's a good time for things that you have planted in the past, so to speak, kind of sprout. Now, with this beginning of a new cycle, keep in mind we are in Mercury retrograde, and keep in mind that the energy is very tense and it can be very explosive. So why beginning a new cycle is always a good thing, can be kind of scary, but you still have to watch what you say. You need to be careful about what you sign during a Mercury retrograde. You just need to be careful, regardless that something new is coming along, okay? And last, which kind of goes with these first two, this is a nice card, it is Infinite Abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. Now, abundance doesn't have to be financial. It can be like an abundance here of apples. It's an abundance of apples, or it's an abundance of friends, or of opportunities, or of money. Could be an abundance of people saying nice things to you. But it's abundance. And unless it's abundance of crap, abundance is a good thing, right? So, to recap, we have Voyage of the Heart. Love is in there, even though who knows how many times your heart's been stomped on. Love is in there. Let it flow through you. And romantic love is not the only type of love that stomps on your heart. Family stomps on your heart repeatedly. Friends stomp on your heart. Co-workers stomp on your heart. But the love is still all in there. What was that one book I talked about a few weeks ago? The Tethered Heart, The Untethered Heart, or Untethered Soul. I have the book, but now it's escaping me. It's a good book to learn how to let love flow through you again. First Light, new beginnings. New beginnings can kind of be scary, but they're also very exciting. And in this very tense energy, be careful with new beginnings. Be careful with signing things because we're in Mercury retrograde. Think first, then do. Okay? Very important you think things through. And lastly, we have infinite abundance. Abundance of something is coming into your life. And no, I don't think everyone's going to have abundance of poo. I could feel someone saying that. No, 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 not an abundance of poo. But there is an abundance of stuff. Be ready for it. Be open to it. And you'll thank yourself for it. All right. Moving on. Come here, you. All right. So last week I talked about the 4 types of elementals. This week I want to talk about preparation and what elementals you ask for what for manifestation. Okay. Now for getting ready to communicate with the elementals, there are 3 ground rules, really, that you have to follow if you are communicating with elementals and you'd like to ask them for help. You have to have belief that they really exist. You have to show them respect. And last but certainly not least is you have to be thankful. You have to show that you're thankful for the help they're giving you. You have to do all 3 things, belief, respect, and thankfulness, if you want them to help you. If any of the 3 is missing, nada. It ain't going to happen. Okay? Trust me on this. All 3 must be there. An elemental loves to communicate with humans telepathically. They don't use signs or symbols like guides to get their point across. They speak what they want to convey to you, and they mean what they speak. Okay? However, there are times where they don't speak at all, and they just show up and grant your request, provided you meet those 3 things. They love to be summoned outdoors because that's where they're at. They are caretakers of the forest. Remember I talked about that last week, of the earth. If you can't be among the trees, they will come into your home, but it's always helpful if you have some sort of plant life around, whether it's inside your home or outside your home, some sort of plant life. And yes, they understand winter and dormant plants, but still, to have it is a good thing. When you are requesting help, they also like to have a bowl of fresh water, and they like to have stones around the water and fresh petals in the water, if you can do that. Okay, if you don't have flower petals, flower essence is good. Doesn't really matter what kind. I like to use lavender. I like to use lavender for everything because everybody likes lavender. Lavender is good for you. Lavender is good for them. So it's one of those type of essences that's good, just an all-purpose one. Okay? If you can't be out in nature, you bring nature in. Hence the plant indoors if you can, the water, and then the flower petals. All right? Now, not every type of elemental will help you with the same thing. Okay? They all have their own manifestation strengths. Like the gnomes. They're good for protection of property, the home, people who live in the home, finding lost objects. They kind of rock for financial, money, and material matters. And of course, they're helpful in gardening and any type of outdoor activity. I can never pronounce these guys. Not nymphs, but sniffs. Not called sniffs. I am so sorry. Respect, I just can't pronounce. Sylphs, okay? They're good for travel protection, whether you're in a plane or a boat or train or automobile. They're good for educational matters, for studying. They help with mental clarity and memory. They can help with dreams, astral travel, and telepathic connections. Sylphs. That's the name of that type of elemental. Now the undines, they're great for emotional aid, stability, and for opening up with others. They help find love and help you find stable relationships. Will help to cleanse and purify water, the body and the soul. Deals with family problems, and it can help unify a family unit. So it's good if you have a blended family. If you're involved with water activities like swimming or sailing or snorkeling, skiing. They can help protect you from harm while you're in the water. And last, with the salamanders, and they are very powerful cleansers and protectors of the body, mind, and soul. Extra protection when you are doing an exorcism, and I hope none of you guys really are doing that. I hope you leave that up to professionals, and then they already know this. They're a good helper for passion and sexual situations. That's always nice. A source of tremendous power. They can aid in all negative energy problems. But you better be very, very respectful for them, because they will turn around and zap you in the behind if you don't be respectful. All right? All right. I am going to be so late to work. I keep looking at the time. I'm like, oh crap. So I'm going to talk more about the book, but I don't have time. This week's Shining Light is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's one of the very first books I ever read about manifestation, about abundance, about getting ahead in life. It was really originally written in 1937 by Napoleon Hill. And Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill covers 13 steps. And those 13 steps, he says, is the secret to building wealth. Now, you read something, hey, building wealth, these 13 steps, you're like, well, why not? I'll read it. He ends up, when he did eventually write the book in 1937, he interviewed all these famous people like Thomas Edison, Andrew Carnegie, and the lot to find out what did these guys do to become wealthy. There has to be something. So Andrew Carnegie and such shared their secrets of wealth with Napoleon Hill. So Napoleon Hill took over 500 people that he interviewed, millionaires, and learned from them and put this in this book. Now, each chapter is a principle, and of course, I don't have a copy of the title. I usually show you the book cover to show you that I actually have the book. But I got a Kindle version a year ago. I just now thought of this. I didn't show you the front of the book. Let's see here. Let's look on my phone because my tablets don't have any power. There's no power. I don't have a Scotty to make power. All right. No, where's my library? No. Nope. That's a different Napoleon Hill book. Okay. I know that this doesn't really mean much of anything, but I like to show you that I have said book that I'm talking about. So Think and Grow Rich. Whoops, yep, there you go. Think and Grow Rich. Kind of solved the thing before the Goodreads statement popped up. But all right. So he had like power, like different principles. Desire, persistence. He had one, and I was very interested in this chapter, of course, because it was about sex and about what to do with the awesome power that having orgasms bring. Seriously, he talked about this in 1937. It's a very interesting chapter because he doesn't necessarily talk about the release. He talks more about the power behind it, and that most successful people that have a lot of wealth have very strong sex drives. And the ability and the self-control to, instead of acting on those impulses all the time, like it's been in the news lately, they funnel that strong energy into being creative, into non-sexual things, into being very productive in whatever they're trying to accomplish wealth-wise. Okay. And in that chapter, it says unsuccessful people give in to the sexual urges and have sex all the time. But it's an interesting chapter in the book. There's a lot more things in there than just the sex, but he also has a chapter on masterminds, which I don't know if you pay attention to different things that are going on online, but masterminds seems to be all the rage. You get with a group of people, You guys help each other out to grow your business. I've been in quite a few masterminds over the years. I'm in one right now. And it's nice to have the collective help of other people. It is to get their 2 cents. And the thing about a mastermind, which I don't think he put in the book, but um, it's even more helpful if not everyone in the group has the same type of business. Complementary businesses, yes, but not all the same type. You know what I'm talking about? But it's faster and not necessarily easier. It's more doable when more people work on one problem or situation than just you. So if you come up with a problem in your business or you have an idea and you give it out to the mastermind group, you get opinions and possibly suggestions from the group, as opposed to having to come up with all those opinions and suggestions on your own. Okay. So it's a good book. Napoleon. This book has been the copyright has been gone for quite so many years, and so people take the book that is no longer copyrighted and repackage it and sell it on Amazon. I got mine for free whenever I got it years upon years ago. I have it's a good copy of Napoleon Hill. I found a PDF. It's not stealing from anybody because I don't believe in that. Napoleon Hill, the copyright is no longer holding. Nobody holds the copyright. But I have a PDF for you guys to read. And I glanced through it. I didn't read every single line, but it reads like my book reads. So it should contain the exact same information that I've already read. It is on the out-of-body ecstasy site, and the only way to get to it is from a link that I put in the show's notes below. Okay? It's a free book. Why not give it a read? The worst thing can happen, you say, no harm, no foul. But I believe, honestly, that everybody can get some use out of that book. Okay? All right. So I think we're here at the end, which is good because I have 4 minutes until I leave for work. And I will have to post this podcast when I get back from work this evening. Right? Right. Okay, where's the end of my stuff? Where's the end of my stuff? I don't know where it's at. I'll find it. I've said this enough, I should know. Thank you for joining me here at Ask Allie. If you like this episode, please rate it and tell your friends. The more people who can listen, the more people I can help have their aha moments. You can join me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and you can find this podcast at AskAlliePodcast.com. And the next time you will see this kitty cat, those of you who are watching the video, will be when I move upstairs to my office over Christmas break, because this is an upstairs cat, not a downstairs one. And wish him luck getting his little ball snipped. All right? All right. You guys have yourself a fabulous week. Remember, think first, then speak. And I'll catch you guys next Monday. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.